when I went to the guy's house to buy this, it looks pretty good. It doesn't appear to have been used a whole lot. In fact, he said that he hardly ever used it. He bought it brand new, and he hardly ever used it. So here's how you see. I broke my own freaking rule. The guy, had a nice house, a good working man, although he was out of work, but he owned his own business, and he was a contractor, and he was, he had no work, basically. So I looked it over, and I started it up, and everything looked good, so I bought it. And still, what I gave for it was a song compared to its value. Plus, anyway, let me move on. So he told me he hardly ever used it. You cannot put that kind of a divot in a platen from hardly ever using it. This is where the table was. Now, this was up, vertical, and the table was here, which would make it here. So to put that kind of a divot into cast metal, you have to use the hell out of this. So people are liars, and I guess that's just the lesson I have to understand, is that every adult you talk to is a liar. A liar. A big, fat, pants on fire liar. And that is a damn shame that you shake a man's hand and you can't trust the words that are coming out of his mouth. Anyway, that's the nice thing about Jet Tools. You can find parts for them, and I did. I bought another platen. This is it. Of course, it came to me boxed really well, but this is how terribly rough they get handled in the shipping process. This had chips out of the corner, gouges in the edge, and I just put it on my belt grinder to clean it up. Okay, wrong end. There we go. This was much worse here. So I had to knock some off the end of this just to clean it up. This is the leading edge that the belt comes over. It goes this way, and I just wanted a very smooth edge. Otherwise the belt would get tore up on the nicks and gouges and chips. I'm still going to take some sandpaper and smooth this top radius out right here. Actually, I'm actually going to radius the corner and make it a smoother transition from the wheel to the platen. I'm going to do that right now, and then take the old one off, put the new one on, and it's good as new. The thing runs great. I've used it a lot, and yeah, it's a great it's a great machine, and got a lot of life. It'll last me the rest of my life. So, and if it breaks, there's parts available for it. That's the nice thing. By the way, I changed my mind, and I rechanged it, and I changed it back, and then I unchanged it, then I changed it again. I am getting a mill drill, but I've bought a Grizzly. I don't know when it'll be here, but they have them in stock. And it's coming from Missouri, so it's not like it's, traveling across the country. Missouri's just 2 states away from me. And anyway, I paid more for it, and I paid a lot for shipping. I wish I could have bought it through Amazon because, I'd like to use my friend Ricky's or my other friend Rob's Amazon link. I switch back and forth now. Anyway, it's coming, so I'll have it. And the reason is, it's kind of a long story. I'll try to make it quick because I do a lot of talking videos lately. Man, I have done probably 20 or 30 hours worth of, I call it research, I don't know what else to call it, trying to decide what drill press to buy. And just when you think you got your mind made up, I did finally have my mind made up on a Jet, but it's $1,000 for a bench top drill press. And I'm thinking, for the tolerances that's why you got to pay so much for if you want closer tolerances, if you want a spindle or a drill chuck that doesn't do that when it's going around, you've got to pay for it. And the high-end jet was $1,000, and there was, I read a lot of reviews, and the run out was 1,000ths, and at the drill, above the flutes, it might have been 3 to 5,000ths, which is well within acceptable parameters for drilling holes. So I almost pulled the trigger on the jet, and I thought to myself, I can get better tolerances on that with the mill drill that I was looking at Harbor Freight. So I did not want to buy the Harbor Freight one, plus they don't have one. So I looked at Grizzly, and nearly identical machine, same horsepower. It actually looks identical. Was right at $1,000 delivered. So I ordered it, and I looked at the Palmgren, and I almost decided to buy the Palmgren. That's Palmgren, Palmgren, and they're owned by C.H. Hansen. But people were complaining about the same thing. You might get a machine that was well within acceptable run-out tolerances, and then you get a machine that people had to send back because it was so bad. So it's hit or miss. And I looked at Wen for the money seemed like a pretty good benchtop drill press, but just when I thought I would probably save money and buy that, I'd read a review that said, my God, it came broken. It doesn't appear to even be finished. The motor started smoking, and the pulleys were on the shaft crooked. And so I decided I'm just going to go ahead and spend the money for a mill drill. And it's a Grizzly. Grizzly's got a pretty good name. They're a U.S. company. And of course, nothing's made in the U.S., but at least you can contact people that probably speak our language. So expect the mill drill here soon. All right, let me get to fixing this and getting it done. I'm waiting on my I'm going to be working on my dust extractor system. I got all the parts except the blower and the dryer vent, so I got to get that too. So here we go, fixing to put this together. All right, new one on. I got that cleaned up real nice on the front. All right, let me get the belt on, give it a test. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hot dog, Swiss cheese omelet, covered in hot sauce. There you go.